To get a sense of how Chinese mainstream media and social media here is responding to Modi's big day in China, I want to go across now to my colleague in India Today's Beijing correspondent Anand Krishnan. He's been looking very carefully at the responses across TV, print and social media. So what's the response been like, Anand?
Well, the reaction on Chinese to Prime Minister Modi's visit has actually been pretty extraordinary. I think a large part of it is because of the Prime Minister deciding to open an account on Chinese social media. And in fact, Prime Minister Modi has broken a record of sorts on the Chinese Twitter equivalent, Sina Weibo. He posted a selfie today with the Chinese Premier Li Keqiang, which is the first ever selfie that the Chinese premier has been captured on. And just within 2 hours, it was retweeted an incredible number of times, tens of thousands of times. And if you look at the front pages of the newspapers in Beijing today, Prime Minister Modi's visit is actually dominated coverage. There were a couple of interesting commentaries as well. The one in the People's Daily, which actually said that the West has been trying to disrupt India and China, and it hopes Prime Minister Modi will not fall into a Western trap. There's another commentary that actually likened Prime Minister Modi to Nixon, saying that this was a very opportune moment for India-China relations, and it was possible for both countries to achieve a breakthrough.
Anand, the Prime Minister today announced that Chinese tourists will be eligible for e-visas when they come to India. But people are asking that China issues stapled visas to those from Arunachal, and yet the Prime Minister seems to be bending backwards to appease them. Is there any possibility at all of reciprocity of China giving up on this business of putting stapled visas for Indians from Arunachal?
On the e-visa issue, it's something that China has been waiting for a very long time. As you know, tourism from China to India is minimum. It's just 1/3 the number of tourists who go to the Maldives actually go to India now. So it's certain that's going to be a huge benefit for tourism, since the long visa processes has been something that Chinese tour agencies have been complaining about for a very long time. But the million-dollar question is, will China change its own controversial visa policies? Actually, so far there has been some progress on this issue. It's been more than 1 year now since China issued a stapled visa to Indians of Jammu and Kashmir. However, is still very concerned about stapled visas being issued for people in Arunachal Pradesh. So the hope is that China will take a very realistic view, and now that India has unilaterally done this goodwill gesture, that maybe the hope is that China will be taking a much more moderate stance when it comes to stapled visas.